I am so excited to introduce you to my two colleagues, Aishwarya and Riyaz. Recently, I was visiting in India and we made a trip to an impact sourcing specialist called NextWealth. And several fellows joined me as well, including Aishwarya and Riyaz. And this is one of the most exciting parts of my job, to introduce impact sourcing in action to my colleagues, because it's often a surprise. So I'm going to hand it very quickly off to Aishwarya and Riyaz to talk about their experience and the people that we met. Aishwarya, do you want to get us started?
Sure, thank you, Rita. And you're right, visiting NextWealth was a surprise because we think of impact sourcing, we think of maybe lower complexity jobs, or we think of maybe document processing, etc. But when we went there, we saw people doing amazing things. But one story I'd like to talk about is Arul Morley's. We asked her about her journey, and she said that she does a daily commute of more than 2 hours every day just to come to office. But she does it because she loves the work that she's doing. She loves the company and the team as well. And she says that. She chose that job over her local opportunities because the work that she was doing was so great. And within 2 years, she also got promoted to a team lead. And yeah, so that was great. I mean, the safety that she felt at the office, the work that she was doing, the fact that she was actually managing both men and women at a team lead position. And when we asked her if there was any resistance that she faced while managing a team of males and females, she said that, yeah, it depends. So she gave a very MBA-like answer, which I could personally relate to. So it was great meeting her and understanding that even people, because if you get a good job which impact sourcing gets you, you're actually very loyal to the company, and you continue to grow there. So that is something I found really interesting.
Yeah, sure. Even I recall the fun banter we had with Arun Moli when she answered that it depends. It's a typical MBA answer, which we heard a lot of times. One more story
Exactly.
which caught me off guard or caught me surprising is the story of Dharani. She has been working at Nextwell for more than 4 years, and recently she got promoted to a team leader position, which is really nice to hear about. While she was explaining her work and what she does, what I found surprising was the level of detail she went into. She was working on a project where they feed data to large language models to automate the scanning machines at security check-ins. So she was not only explaining the task they do, how do they feed the data to the machines, but also explaining about the density of the materials, the construct of the materials, the kind of weapons or objectionable tools which are not supposed to be carried, how to detect them, how these can be molded into regular usable tools and all that. So this was something which I find really interesting and surprising. The level of depth they were going into, the level of business and the overall impact they are having, the understanding of the use case, the end use case, the understanding of the overall business case. So all these things were felt very surprising. Not to mention, this was my first exposure to impact sourcing center. Even I went with a thought that this would be a typical, BPO kind of a center, but the kind of work they are doing, also the kind of insights or the level of depth they have in the work they are doing, really caught me off guard.
I'm so glad to hear both of your stories. And we had a third colleague, Ganesh, who also joined us and helped to write a blog about this experience. You can find the details of the blog in the description. Please do check out that. I think the other part of all of this, when we see impact sourcing, be it in rural India or in a large city in South Africa, or in inside a prison in the United States, what we're seeing there are these complex tasks. Be it something that's socially responsible, like finding hazardous equipment in luggage, or it's some just typical business case, like using marketing skills to stock groceries in a gas station mart, and then auditing those tools. We saw so many different things at NextWealth, and I've personally been able to see so many of these activities across the board that it just gives me that much more faith that this is a practice that not only benefits the individuals because they're getting good jobs, probably the first time salary earners in their families, and changing, the communities that they live in, but also that there's a business case to do this. I think Riyaz also mentioned this, that there's a business case because the quality of the work, the absenteeism, everyone just has pride in doing these activities. So I'm so glad that you got a chance to see it in real life. It wasn't just a statistic that we read in our reports, but this was a great beginning. Let's do more of these visits. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Rita.
Thank you.